Ever get curious about, like, the journey your flowers take
Mm.
to get to your home?
Mm.
I mean, not just, like, a quick trip to the store,
Mm.
but, like, lilies from Holland, orchids from um, Thailand,
Yeah.
or even, like, a bonsai all the way from Japan.
Yeah.
And that's where our deep dive starts today. We're getting into the world of an import-export specialist for flowers and plants.
Okay.
And it's a career path, I think, that has a lot of opportunities. A lot of people are interested in it.
Right.
And lucky for us, we've got all these resources from RoleCatcher
Okay.
to guide our exploration today. They even have this AI thing that analyzes job descriptions so you can, like, tailor your resume perfectly.
Oh, wow.
But we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah. You're right. This is about more than just pretty flowers, though.
Yeah.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics actually projects 7% growth in logistics jobs. Wow. From 2019 to 2029.
Wow.
And this particular niche, this is right in the heart of that. So for anybody looking for job security, this field definitely has some roots.
That's reassuring to hear. But let's talk about the role itself. What does an import-export specialist actually do all day?
Right.
Is it all, like, spreadsheets and customs forms?
Mm.
Or is there some, like, real-life plant whispering involved?
Well,
Okay.
think of it like this. An import-export specialist is like the maestro of a global flower orchestra.
Mm.
They're not just shipping boxes, right?
No.
They're coordinating every step of the journey to make sure that these flowers arrive fresh and vibrant,
Yeah.
And that means things like handling the complex logistics, like negotiating with shipping companies, navigating all those international trade routes.
Yeah, it's like a giant puzzle, but instead of cardboard pieces, you're dealing with orchids and like,
Exactly.
time-sensitive shipments.
Exactly. And just like a good puzzle, there are, rules and regulations that you need to follow. And that's where those customs forms and the import regulations come in.
Right.
So an import-export specialist, they need to be well-versed in those legal requirements
Okay.
of all these different countries,
Yeah.
making sure that those flowers arrive without a hitch.
I'm starting to understand why this career path requires more than just a green thumb.
Right.
What about the plants themselves?
Yeah.
How much, like, botanical knowledge do you need to really thrive in this role?
Well,
Yeah.
a genuine love of plants certainly helps.
Sure.
Um,
Right.
But on a practical level, you'll need enough to understand the specific care requirements
Okay.
for all the different species.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Right. Imagine shipping a delicate orchid versus a hardy cactus.
Oh, yeah. Totally different.
Very different needs.
Yeah, you wouldn't want a wilting orchid arriving on your watch.
Right.
So we've got logistics, we've got international regulations, a dash of botany.
Yeah.
And this is already sounding more dynamic than I imagined.
And we've only just begun to unpack the complexities.
Really?
One aspect that often surprises people is the sheer variety of flowers
Okay.
and plants traded globally.
So it's not just roses and tulips.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Think exotic orchids,
Ah,
rare succulents,
wow.
even delicate bonsai trees.
Okay.
Each species has its own unique set of challenges and rewards when it comes to import-export.
So you're not just an expert in logistics, you're becoming a connoisseur
Yes.
of sorts. You're learning about all these plants from around the world.
Precisely. And that brings us to one of the most exciting aspects of this career,
Oh,
the constant learning and adaptation
Right.
it requires.
Yeah.
The world of flowers and plants, it's constantly evolving.
Mm.
New trends, they're always emerging.
Okay, you've definitely painted a picture of a dynamic and ever-changing field.
Right.
But let's get down to, like, the nitty-gritty for someone considering this. Like, what's the earning potential?
Right. That's a great question.
Okay.
So salaries, they can vary a lot
Yeah.
depending on your experience, location,
Uh-huh.
the specific company.
Right.
But generally speaking, though, because of the specialized knowledge,
Yeah.
import-export specialists in flowers and plants, they tend to earn above average salaries,
Okay.
especially as they gain more experience.
Okay, that's good to know. What about those perks we hear so much about?
Yeah.
Is international travel, like, really on the table?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on the company
Uh-huh.
and your exact role, you might have opportunities to visit flower farms,
Wow.
attend those industry trade shows,
Okay.
or even work directly with suppliers overseas.
Wow, so you're literally, like, okay.
Imagine.
Strolling through fields of tulips in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Or like negotiating a shipment of orchids in Thailand.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call an office with a view. Those opportunities sound incredible.
Yeah.
But it can't all be exotic travel.
Right.
And fragrant blooms.
Sure.
The RoleCatcher guide, it also mentions some challenges.
Of course.
What are some of the hurdles that someone might encounter?
Well, I think for starters, the fast-paced nature of the industry means you need to be adaptable.
Okay.
Right? You have to think on your feet.
Right.
Things like unexpected weather events, shipping delays, sudden shifts in market demand.
Wow.
All of this can really impact your day-to-day operations.
Yeah. So you're always like juggling multiple priorities, putting out fires.
Yeah, in a way.
Okay.
It's a role that definitely requires strong problem-solving skills. And the ability to stay calm under pressure.
Right.
For example, imagine a shipment of roses gets held up in customs because some paperwork is missing.
Oh, no.
It's your job to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah.
You've got to communicate effectively with everyone involved.
Right.
And find a solution quickly.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want those roses wilting in a warehouse.
Exactly.
Talk about a time-sensitive situation.
Yeah.
I can see how meticulous attention to detail would be, like, crucial.
Absolutely, yeah.
The guide also mentioned something about ever-changing regulations.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Okay.
Yeah, international trade, it's governed by this, this complex web of regulations, and these regulations, they change all the time.
Oh, wow.
So a good import-export specialist, they need to stay up to date.
On everything.
Yeah.
Wow, it sounds like continuous learning is a must in this field.
Absolutely.
Are there any, like, specific resources?
Yeah.
Or strategies that you would recommend for,
For sure.
staying ahead of the curve?
So industry publications, professional associations, even online forums, these are great for, staying informed about trends and regulations and best practices.
Right.
Attending industry trade shows can also be very valuable for networking, for learning about new technologies and innovations.
Speaking of technology, it seems like automation and AI are impacting every industry.
Right.
How is technology changing the landscape for this?
Yeah.
For flower and plant import-export?
So technology is playing a really, really important role these days. In streamlining logistics, optimizing shipping routes, and even predicting market demand.
Wow.
For example, you have some companies that are using AI to analyze weather patterns and adjust shipping routes in real time.
Wow.
To make sure that those delicate flowers arrive in perfect condition.
Wow. So technology is helping to take some of the guesswork out.
Exactly.
Which is, I imagine, like crucial when you're dealing with, perishable goods.
Very much so.
Okay.
And it's not just about logistics either. Some companies, they're even using AI to analyze social media trends to predict which flower varieties are going to be most popular.
Wow.
In different markets.
That's fascinating.
And that kind of data, that analysis can be invaluable for import-export specialists. It allows them to make more informed decisions about what to import and when.
That's amazing. So it's not just about knowing your roses from your tulips anymore.
Right.
It's about, understanding how to leverage the data.
Right.
To make smart business decisions.
Precisely. Yeah. The role is evolving. It requires that blend of traditional skills, but also that willingness to embrace new technologies.
It's amazing how even a field that's, seemingly as traditional as the flower industry is being shaped by innovation.
Right.
So we've talked about the challenges.
Yeah.
We've talked about the technological advancements.
Right.
But what about the people?
Yeah.
What kind of personality thrives in this kind of fast-paced, detail-oriented, globally connected role?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
This role definitely attracts a certain type of person. It's someone who's highly organized, a strong communicator, a natural problem solver.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I think the most successful are those that really have a genuine passion for this industry and a desire to continuously learn and grow.
Passion seems to be a recurring theme in a lot of these fulfilling careers that we explore.
You're telling me it's true.
Yeah.
When you're passionate about what you do, even the challenges just become opportunities for growth and for learning. And in a field that's as dynamic and constantly evolving as this one, that passion can really make all the difference.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal, like, really, of this career path.
Yeah.
But let's say someone is, like, just starting out.
Okay.
Fresh out of school.
Right.
Maybe with a, brand new botany degree.
Okay.
What does that, that journey from novice to, like, to seasoned import-export specialist, what does that look like?
So that's where that RoleCatcher guide really shines.
Okay.
Yeah. They lay out like a really clear career progression.
Okay.
It's almost like a map of the industry.
Uh-huh.
So entry-level roles often involve
okay.
assisting with documentation, coordinating shipments, maybe working directly with those phytosanitary certificates.
Phytosanitary certificates, those sound important.
Yeah, they are. They're important.
Okay.
Think of them like passports for plants.
Okay.
It's a document that certifies the shipment is free from pests and diseases, right?
Okay.
It ensures the health of the country's agricultural industry.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you might start by making sure those certificates are in order.
Right.
Maybe, like, tracking shipments to make sure those flowers get there on time.
Exactly, exactly. What happens as you gain more experience, though?
Yeah, so as you build expertise...
you'll probably move into roles with more responsibility, like negotiating with suppliers, managing import-export logistics for a specific region, or even specializing in a particular type of flower.
Oh, okay. So you could become the go-to person for, like, I don't know, sourcing rare orchids from Southeast Asia.
Exactly. You build relationships with orchid growers in Thailand.
Wow.
Understand the nuances of CEAT's regulations for endangered species.
Wow.
Even consult on, like, creating optimal shipping conditions for, those delicate blooms.
It sounds like there's room for, like, specialization.
Yeah, very much so.
And a bit of adventure.
Yeah, for sure.
As you progress.
Yeah.
What about those, like, senior level roles?
Right.
What is the pinnacle? What does the pop of the top look like in this field?
So at the highest levels, you're not just managing shipments, you're shaping the entire import-export strategy.
Wow.
You're thinking big picture for a company at that point.
Okay.
Think about it. A senior import-export specialist, they might be responsible for sourcing flowers from multiple countries.
Wow.
Optimizing those supply chains for maximum efficiency.
Right.
Even forecasting those market trends to,
Yeah. Anticipate demand.
Exactly.
Wow.
So you're thinking on a global scale.
The big picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the entire flower and plant trade.
And with that comes a real opportunity to impact a global industry.
Wow.
Whether it's by implementing sustainable sourcing practices, opening new markets, even collaborating with botanical gardens to import rare and endangered plant species.
For conservation.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah, it's inspiring to see, like, how far this path can take you.
Yeah.
But let's be real for a second.
Right.
Landing those dream roles.
Yeah.
It takes more than just passion, which we've learned.
For sure.
What are some essential skills that people should really focus on developing?
So this field demands kind of a unique blend of hard and soft skills,
Okay.
On the technical side, a strong grasp of logistics.
Okay.
International trade regulations. Even basic accounting. These are all essential.
Okay.
But those soft skills, just as important.
Okay.
Things like communication, problem solving, and the ability to build relationships.
Yeah.
You'll be dealing with people from all over the world.
Right.
Often with, different cultural backgrounds, different communication styles.
Yeah, for sure.
Building trust, building rapport, absolutely essential.
It's like that saying, it's not about what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
But in this case, it kind of seems like it's both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out who wants to, like,
Right.
make a good impression?
I always say network.
Okay.
Attend those industry events.
Yeah.
Join professional organizations. Connect with people already in the industry,
Right.
You never know where a conversation might lead.
Right.
And speaking of making a good impression, RoleCatcher's interview prep tools, those can be a game changer.
Right.
They've got this great database of interview questions. They even have AI-powered feedback.
It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
It really is, yeah. And remember, even if you don't end up specializing in flowers and plants, the skills you gain here, from understanding global markets to navigating those complex regulations, they're so valuable. And frankly, they're transferable to other industries.
You can end up doing international trade finance, customs brokerage, branch out into a totally different niche.
Exactly. Yeah. The possibilities are kind of endless.
Yeah. So as we wrap up our deep dive into this, vibrant and dynamic career, what's like the key takeaway you want listeners to remember?
It's simple. Don't be afraid to explore this world of import-export. It's full of fascinating niches and career paths. Each one with its own unique challenges and rewards. Who knows? You might just discover your dream job. Hidden within, I don't know, a shipment of exotic orchids.
And if this deep dive has inspired you to, explore further,
for sure,
you know where to start. RoleCatcher has a ton of resources to,
they do,
guide you on your journey. From exploring career paths to acing those crucial interviews.
That's right.
From the logistics of it all to the global connections and just the beauty of the flowers and plants themselves. It's pretty amazing.
Is it cool?
Yeah. The journey of a flower from seed to vase reveals this, this whole world of hidden careers.
Exactly.
It just proves that sometimes the most rewarding opportunities blossom in the most unexpected places.
I love that.
So keep exploring, keep learning.
Yes.
And who knows what you might discover.